Good afternoon. This presentation is by Mariah May. I am proud to present my lesson plan of the semester to you today. I chose nutrition as the focus of my lesson because nutrition is barely covered in schools. I want to reach out to students to get them interested in their own personal health. The subject of nutrition, when taught, is usually taught in a boring, monotone kind of way. Adults stand in front of students and basically say, eat this, not that. Do this, not that. Adults should not be telling students what they can and cannot eat. I want to help students think for themselves when it comes to their nutritional choices. Students walk into a nutrition class and are given a ton of foods to memorize. They often think their best option is to study the elements of food using flashcards. I did that, and I can honestly say I do not remember hardly any of the nutritional elements that I studied. I want students to be able to take what they learned in school and use it in their everyday life. For my essential question, I will ask students, how do food choices made in the now affect the way you feel in the future or later in the day? My guiding question would be, it is the middle of the day and you are hungry. You reach for your favorite food. How will eating this food fuel and affect your body for the rest of the day? At the beginning of the class, I will ask students to take out their cell phones. That's right, you heard me, their cell phones. I will ask them to use their phones to post on my friendly social media page. They will be asked to post 1, what they think a calorie is, and 2, what their favorite food is. I would like to incorporate cell phone use in all of my classes. For my lesson, students will be doing research on their favorite food. I will pair students into partners based on what they posted as their favorite food on my social media site. Upon pairing up the partners, I will give each set of partners a rubric for the lesson assignment. In a nutshell, students will have 1 hour to make a presentation on Prezi following the guidelines of the rubric. This lesson is a science nutrition lesson in which students can utilize in their everyday lives. What they learn will stick with them because they are asked to bring their personality, culture, and personal interests into the lesson. By asking students to research their favorite food, they are immediately interested because it automatically appeals to their personality. My objective is to teach students how food fuels their body and how their choices they make affect their everyday lives in regards to what they eat. I want them to dig deep and find out for themselves the consequences and rewards of indulging in their favorite food. I want them to find out for themselves what will happen if they indulge and do not implement Calorie Watch and exercise. Students will get practice with the presentation website Prezi during the semester. When the students are given the assignment, they will already have a Prezi account and will be familiar with how to use the educational website. Students will also already have a Spelling City account. Spelling City will be used as an assessment and study tool. We will touch more on assessment later. Upon posting their favorite foods, I will then group people into teams of 2 based on the food that they posted. This will allow students to work as a team as well as pairing people together who might need extra help. For example, in an inclusion classroom, students with disabilities can be paired with typical students to work on the assignment. This allows students to be teamed up without feeling outcast. If a student wishes to work on their own, they may do so. In order to complete the assignment, students will need to be familiar with and have access to these materials. They will need familiarization with Prezi, a login for spellingcity.com, access to the internet, a computer, laptop, or efficient tablet. They'll need the knowledge required to successfully utilize search engines. The first task will be to start up Prezi. From there, students are encouraged to choose a template that will appeal to them. After that, they will start completing their Prezi by following the rubric. The first task on the rubric will be to put a picture of their favorite food on Prezi with a paragraph that describes why their favorite food is that. It is encouraged that students use a new slide for the rubric task in order to keep each presentation neat. For task 2 on the rubric, students are asked to find the number of calories their favorite food has. The The goal is to have the research get harder and harder as the assignment goes on. To continue with the rubric, the students are then asked to find the following: 3 different exercises to ensure a healthy physical lifestyle. Next, how long it takes to work off their favorite food with each exercise that they choose. After that, students are asked to put an informational video about their food on Prezi. This is followed by a slide containing a nutritional label of their favorite food. Lastly, students are asked to create a meal plan from a fast food restaurant of their choice. The meal plan must be under 2,000 calories for that day. After completion of the Prezi, students will be asked to post a link to their Prezi on My Friendly social media page. From there, I can grade their work directly from the rubric. By having students use a different slide per item on the rubric, it will make for a fast, easy, and efficient grading. Students are asked to go online during the rest of the week to spellingcity.com. While they are on spellingcity.com, they will be asked to play 3 games on the website. There will be a word bank on Spelling City that contains words valuable to the lesson. As the teacher, I can go on to Spelling City and see which students played which games. This homework will prepare the students for an assessment at the end of the week. The assessment for Prezi is based on how well the students follow the rubric. Prezi is an example of an informal assessment. The games on Spelling City are also an example of an informal assessment. The quiz at the end of the week will be an example of a formal assessment. The quiz will be on the definition of the words from the Spelling City word bank. The rundown on the grading rubric will be: students will get 10 points for posting their favorite food on my wall. Students will receive 80 points for completing everything on the rubric. Finally, students will receive 10 points for the quiz at the end of the week. By the 8th grade, students should be able to understand the effects of lifestyle choices on the body systems such as alcohol, tobacco, drugs, secondhand smoke, food, and physical activity. My lesson fits directly in with the State of New Mexico benchmark requirements for 8th grade nutrition. The lesson can play into future lessons easily. Most importantly, it can reflect and encourage students with their everyday lives. Students can use the information from this lesson to help them 1. Make smart choices about food, and 2. Make healthy physical activity a part of their everyday life. It will also encourage students to think before they act. Prezi and Spelling City are excellent 2.0 tools because they both are non-traditional ways to incorporate learning, assessment, and enthusiasm. They also incorporate technology without being overbearing to the students. Students are able to use and excel with technology that they are comfortable and familiar with. This concludes my presentation. If you have any questions, you can refer to me at the end of the presentation. I'm the one raising my hand. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. P.S. I'm the lady in the picture.